maybe installing a Swiss Pro system at home that you avoid all this plastic bottle and so on. So you see, we are talking also about life quality, you know. When you go with your push bike to your university, you're fit, you're healthy, you will be never ill, okay? When you come home, you can start studying. When you go on a car or whatever, you're not healthy, you're not fit. When you're home, you may have to see first 1 hour, you sit, or maybe you have to be first 1 hour in front of the TV to calm down before you can do something. So I really believe when you make this change, also a higher life quality. Now this is Anna-Marie, she does doing a workshop, and when we go to the garbage, it's on these islands, the best you can actually do is to bury it. When you burn it, then you have the toxics just in the air, and that makes it then afterwards more difficult. Now, in the Andes, when you talk about climate change, there's something really dramatic going on. You have to know these glaciers on these high volcanoes are really important for the people. They have 7 months no rain, so they need the melting water to plant and to survive. Now, in this village here, about 4,000 meters, the glacier is gone back in the valley, so they have only little water left, and 40% of the children, they don't get 20 years old, they die before, because the water is so polluted. Now you can imagine what that would mean when they have a cathodic system. We showed them here also invited from a polytechnic in Switzerland with a water bottle. So you see on the right corner, that's the nasty water killing the children. What you briefly do is you shake the water that you have more oxygen in the water, and then you put it for 6 hours in the sun, and the ultraviolet radiation who causes us cancer kills actually all microbes and bacteria. And the reason why is that the PET plastic from today works a little bit like a lens to do so. So that can be the first step, but I think the next step would be for sure when we have some funds to go for a system like Marco was explaining before. Now, I told you about our two strategies. So we try to promote renewable technologies, but we also like to organize funds to help people to adapt to the new situations. And here we got some school materials. We organized also food, or like here milk powder. And as a researcher, I'm always interested in what's going on. So that's on the Patagonian ice field near Antarctica. You see me here in the middle with an ice core. There's a Japanese colleague with me. He does some research on bacteria. He finds on glaciers near the equator, like Kilimanjaro or in Ecuador, to have also some indicators in the ice of temperature and climate change. Now, with the ice cores, what you do is you try to drill as deep down as possible, and the ice becomes older and older. And in every ice core, you find also air, and then you analyze the carbon dioxide concentration in these air bubbles, and that gives you is an indicator for temperature and gives you a picture about the climate. So that's quite important research. Now this is Antarctica, so our intention was to go here into this bay, Bellinghausen Bay, and from here it's about 800 km to Mount Vinson. Now you hear today a lot of expeditions going to the South Pole or even to Mount Vinson. But you have to understand that these people, they always fly from Patagonia with an aircraft to Patriot Hills, that's a hotel here, and then they walk in the last 1,000 or depending where they start, 2,000 k's to the South Pole. That's their expedition. So that's actually, for Sabine and me, our personal goal to go to this mountain without using a motor. Now, you see our planning, the wind blowing out of Antarctica. So it's Tibetic winds. And so you can use actually kites on skis only to go out. And that's on the sea, the pack ice and icebergs, and you can estimate how much time that needs. So here we have a picture from space, from this Bellinghausen Bay. You see this, the shoreline of Antarctica. And you see all these icebergs and pack ice. On the upper left corner, you see the black spot, that's the open sea. There you can sail. And then it's 400 k's to the shoreline. You can estimate how much time that needs to climb always over these icebergs. Now, there was a question of time then, so it couldn't make it to the mountain, and we will go now at the end of the expedition, we will sail into this bay and stay up winter, so that we have more time to go to the mountain in spring. This picture is also very interesting when we talk about sea level rising. In the past, all these icebergs were frozen an ice shelf. It's like a dam avoiding the inland glaciers flowing out into the sea. And now, with the warming, you see, since about 5 years, this ice shelf is gone, and the inland glaciers can just flow into the sea, and that's actually one of the major impacts when it goes to the rising. Now, between these two pictures, we have had our biggest challenge. We hit a floating container that was washed overboard by a big cargo ship with our rudder, and we couldn't steer anymore. That was the first problem. But on a sailboat, you can always trip the sails in a way that it keeps the heading. But the second problem was that we have been 3 days in a storm. The vibration of the rudder was so huge that all the cupboards we have done inside the boat were broken. We have had cracks in the hull. And you see here the rudder repairs we had to do. And this picture, when the boat was built, gives you a little bit of an understanding how